Hello, this is Sharing Sharon at Sharing Sharon Creates, and yeah, I've been a little busy. The house is kind of trashed, so I'm going to focus just on the crochet stuff. So you can't see my mess. Anyway, I've been making mostly doll blankets, and some are doll blankets with matching hats, just to keep busy for the donation stuff. This is one of those nice flecked yarns. This is my take on the Bag O Day chocolate bonbon hat. Um, Except on mine, I like to put a little ribbed border at the bottom. But I love the fact that it's got texture in it and it's got little flecks in the yarn. It was just some really fun yarn to play with, and it's so soft. And then I did a little blanket that's got some texture in it with the matching yarn, which was really fun. I did another little blanket with like a mint green and red with little butterflies in it. That's a fun pattern to play with. I've been using up the scrap yarn that's going around, just a little granny square with some multiple colors. Those are really easy to make, and the colors don't so much matter on the granny squares. Just like to keep them different. A little red hat with a butterfly blanket. Oh yeah, the red hat has a butterfly in it too, just to keep some matches. Um, got a hat with some red and blue, and the blanket with the reds and the blues. Um, this one was a fun one. I decided to make a stuffed animal to go with it too. It's a little dinosaur. His head's kind of turned up a little bit, so he's kind of looking at you like, what? And I got those little safety eyes to go in it, and he's got his little scales on his back. And then the hat has the scales on it too. Oops, you don't want to see my mess. And then the blanket with the matching colors and some little texture in the blanket. A drop stitch. It's the Bag O Day pattern, and I actually used it to make a hat as well. But it's a drop stitch pattern that I just learned how to do from her. It's like orange and red and blue. It kind of reminds me of fire. And then there's the little doll blanket in that stitch. It was really fun to make. Very colorful. Very easy. Another little hat, and oh yeah, the blanket was a new stitch, and I'd tell you if I could remember, but oh yeah, it's 3 and V. It's another Bag O Day pattern that I learned to do. It's called V and 3. So it's like a three double crochets and then a V stitch going back and forth. It just gives it a different pattern. And this one I did the hat in that pattern also, and the blanket. So it's got a matching hat and blanket set with the 3 and V pattern. I love practicing patterns on the uh, doll blankets. It makes it a lot of fun. There's another rainbowish colored hat with this one. I did a zigzag blanket with the same colors, so they've got a nice matching set. That one is the rainbow yarn with a hair tie. I may have shown that one already, I don't know. Um, some leftover pencil pouches from what I made for the stuff that got sent out last year. A couple of soap pouches, because they were in there. Another hat with matching blanket set. I like to do the matchy match. A bigger pouch, because there'll be something to put in there. There always is. Let's see. The other box. The big thick hat with a little brim on the front. And this one was fun. It's a little stuffed teddy bear. Kind of cute. And then the hat has ears on it too, so that they can be a teddy bear along with their toy. This turned into a backpack, even though originally it was supposed to be a hat. That's what happens when you use a bigger hook. Use the hook that it says to do in the tutorial, but you crochet a lot looser than the person in the tutorial, so it turned into a backpack because that would be way too big for a hat. It would be kind of funny. Another colorful hat with funky patterns. Oh, I know I had some other stuff that I did, some other patterns. Well, this was a pretty one. I just love the yarn. It's really soft. And I put butterflies in it because that just seemed to go. Such pretty yarn. Oh, this one's fun. I did Nemo the fish. And then an emo colored hat. Yeah, the bright neon orange. And then I had a different orange that I used for the blanket. And that was my first try at this spike stitch, drop stitch. And I thought it would look kind of good as kind of water. So it's like a brown and then two different blues, like for the sand and the water, and then the Nemo stripes. I just thought that would be kind of matching and interesting. Get up here, Nemo. Did some watermelon colors because they were pretty. Some of these things are just blanket and just plain stitches. This one's really soft. It's a velvety sort of yarn, kind of fuzzy baby type. Everything's falling. Oh, this was a fun pattern. This was the Bag O' Days Tree of Life. So these are little textured bump ups like a tree in the pattern, which was really fun to do. Then I did another one, but that one I decided to add a few more branches, and I kind of used her pattern but added to it. I do that kind of stuff sometimes. I decided I wanted some more branches on my trees and made it look like 3 trees instead of like one tree going up with different branches. That one looks like 3 trees. But it was still fun. That was a stitch that she ended up making a sweater out of. I don't remember the name of it, but it's a nice tight stitch, and I think I might make a sweater out of it because it is such a nice tight stitch. Be good for clothing. But I like practicing the stitches on the doll blankets. And all the doll blankets get donated to the shoe boxes. This one was some quite colorful yarn. I really like the colors. They're so pretty. They kind of remind me of peacock because it's like a green and a purple and a blue. This camera does not do it justice. The green is definitely a lot more green, and it's showing up more turquoise in this. It's not really showing the green, but that's okay. It's pretty. Another one of the drop stitch patterns. That one's actually really fun to do. And that one's just got some texture to it. So this is another drop stitch one in browns. Kind of fall colors on that. Yeah, I did a few of that pattern. This is what I've been keeping myself busy. Just going through some of the scrap stuff and using up what I can. Oh, I think I already showed this, but that was my first attempt at mosaic, and it didn't come out that bad. I think I'm going to try some more because it's actually really fun, and I love seeing a pattern come out of it like that. So anyway, I'm going to go for now because this thing's gone on long enough. And this is what I've been doing to keep busy, and I'm going to keep going, making hats and doll blankets and little things for the shoe boxes. So have a good one. Goodbye. Let your light shine throughout the world because a little bit of light can get rid of a whole lot of darkness. Thank you. Bye.